Welcome to the sheet metal training module, where today we'll look at how to convert a solid body into a sheet metal body. What you're looking at are a number of components on a board surrounded by surfaces. All the surfaces represent keep out areas where the sheet metal body has to be smaller than those. So what I'll first do is use one of the surfaces that represent the extents and pull on it to create a solid body. This will be the basis for my sheet metal structure. Now I want to pull on the top of it to make it a little bit bigger. The only requirement is that it sits below that cylindrical surface. And I want to get rid of this small surface here, so I could either click fill or pull on it until it's completely gone. Last thing I need to do is make sure I have no material over this rectangular cutout. So again, using the surface that represents the keep out zone, I can force the pull tool to make a cut and force it to go up to the back surface. Now I can't see the back surface, so I'll query select by rolling up on the mouse wheel until that surface is present and selectable. Then I click on it and remove material away. Now it's time to turn this body into sheet metal. How that's done is we first need to shell this out to a thin body material. I click the bottom surface and say shell. At this point you can type in any value you want. I'm going to type in 39 thousandths. That's roughly 1 millimeter. And then click the green checkbox. So this is going to be our sheet metal body, and we need to convert it to sheet metal. I go into the sheet metal tab, say convert, and click on the solid. Every candidate for a bend and rip shows up in red. Right now my junction type is set to a bend, so any red junction I select turns into a bend. I could keep clicking all the way through, and I think maybe I want a couple more bends on here, but I mostly want rips elsewhere. So instead of changing the junction type to no overlap and selecting the rest of these, you can do them all at once. Click the select button to get out of that mode. Triple click on the solid, which does the same thing as selecting the solid from the structure tree. With that selected, go to the selection tab and grab every hard sheet metal edge. And you see down below, I've got 10 of those selected. With those selected, I could designate the junction to be a no overlap. And now all those turn into ripped corners. So going back to the structure tree, I see that I've got one solid body, so it looks like I've got everything on one body. And hopefully when it unfolds, everything unfolds correctly. So to unfold this, I'll select any planar face and click the unfold button. And there's the envelope dimensions of the unfolded body. Now if I wanted to try out different unfold scenarios, meaning I could take any of these junctions and convert them from a rip to a bend, or vice versa. In the select tool, I'll go grab a junction and turn this into a no overlap ripped junction. Now when I do that, you see I have two solid bodies in the structure tree. This one has no bends associated with it. So I could maybe take that junction and turn that into a bend if I wanted to. Now I'm back to one solid body because it's all joined together. And let's see what that looks like in the unfolded state. I'll click a planar surface and say unfold. Now you see that I've got a big overlap in bright red between these two flanges. That's not going to work, so I'll just close out that flat pattern and grab maybe this back junction. I can't see it, so I need to use query select to roll up on the mouse a few times until the purple becomes selectable. Now I can select it and turn the top one back into a rip junction. Now I should be able to unfold this without any problems. Click any planar face and say unfold. Now you see there's nothing showing up in red. So just to recap, I've shown you how you can take an existing design with components and restrictions on it, turn it into a solid body, and then turn it into a sheet metal body. Thank you.